And we are live. Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, happy time zones wherever you might be. I'm Emma. Welcome back to the House of Hubris here on Twitch.tv/Saracent. Welcome back to Shadows Over Loathing. Now on part 13. Unlucky for some, mostly me, which is why this is going to be both a later stream than usual and a shorter stream than usual, because Saturdays, am I right? Stuff got in the way of getting started, and then I have recording to do later, so we'll have to stop this early so I can get to that. But hey, here we are. It's Shadows Over Loathing. Last time we spent like 45 minutes being repeatedly killed in our dreams by an evil scarecrow. It was a thing. But we finished chapter 5, we executed a heist, got the curse out of the sickle, and now we've been drafted. So we're in Government Valley to see what the obvious trap is about. And there's all kinds of curse and shadow things going on around there. Let's just get back to it, shall we? We left off, we'd just done a bunch of stuff in the prison, and now here we are outside the Shadow IRS. Distinguished from the actual IRS by, saying the quiet part out loud. The local branch of the IRS is looking pretty run down. You'd think they'd have plenty of funds for upkeep. Maybe that isn't how it works. It won't budge. Probably just as well you hate paying taxes. Oh, well, I put it in the stream title and everything, but guess we're not going in here to Mr. Hill, then. Look at our actual map. Oh, hey. Another unusual structure. Another nearly identical sculpture? You're not really sure what it is or what purpose it serves. It's made out of the same weird metal. Strange. Ah, yes, and the weird phone conversations that we're listening into. An ordinary phone booth? Ignore it. Done. I feel like there's some significance to the few things I've seen where it's been an ordinary thing and then I have a button to ignore. One of those pay telescopes, but a better look at any of the scenery around here is of no value at all. Yeah, the whole place is kind of falling apart, thanks to all the evil. But the municipal amphitheatre will be fine, or you encounter the stone foundation of a bakery. Appears to have suffered some kind of massive explosion. How does it feel? The foundation knows it is strong. Regrets not being strong enough to save the rest of the bakery from the massive explosion. Next time it will try harder. Disco Elysium moments. Well, this is a lot all of a sudden. In so many directions. So we have a mosh pit of shadow cultists grooving to a demon band. We have a popcorn truck that's exploding. We have anthills on fire. A hot pile of bug diggings. And we're whistling along to the music because we learned how to whistle from that guy in prison. Groovy. This is both a tragedy and an opportunity. Like popcorn. Catch pieces one at a time until you have a whole handful. That seems like an inefficient way of doing it, but hey. Increases cold armor by 6. Neat. Can I get past the infernal mosh pit? Sure can. Oh, that phone's evil ringing again. Burning bush. Nothing. Stick our hand in the shadow hole, get a milkshake. Oh, hey, let's listen to the evil phone again. Hello? It's for you. That isn't her. I am there in her house now. I'm there with her. This is not her. I'll burn the telephone then. What in the Beckett dialogue? Stop doing that. These telephones are expensive. Nope, didn't work. Telephone is in use. Sure, let's call it that. We want to join in this extremely violent dance? I don't know. It feels like it might just be a combat hole. But let's try it. Yeah. It's just going to be, do we want to grind against shadow people? We have a pyromaniac and a mad maniac. Well, they're both about to die, so... Intends to scream a bunch of teeth at Professor Adams. That right there is a phrase. Oh yeah, I forgot I have my peppermill. But anyway, just die. Including dots, that's 40 damage. You defeated those maniacs by fighting like you never fought before. I get that reference. We now have government cheese, increases spooky armor. A spiked bracelet, adds to muscle and melee weapon attacks. Like, that's good, but my sash is probably still better. And Wee Susie the Maniacal Doll. Finally, a knife-wielding maniac on your side. I think it might be time to try out a new familiar. Because you're what? 5'6", 22. Yeah, so you're much less good, but also I want to try the Maniacal Doll out. Okay, so going into the combat hole this once was a good idea. Can I interact with the band? Not remotely. Okay, guess we're moving on. To the Civic Ballet Theatre. You encounter the collapsed stone walls of a massive edifice. An adult bookstore, if you had to guess, based on features I will not describe in detail. Commune with it. The stone immediately opens up to you. Too much, in fact. You learn things about the stone's personal life that you didn't need to know. God, this is relatable. And at the ballet theatre, we have a bunch of shadow ballet. This cold column is covered with cold bugs. Interesting. Hello, shadow ballet troupe. Oh, another evil phone. This rock seems to be the source of the unnatural cold in this area. The rock was happy once. It provided the power for this place. The lights, the curtains, the sewing machines they all used to repair the tutus when they got all torn up. Once it helped bring people joy and culture. Now there is only ruin, sadness, and violence, and cold. Much cold. Man, that rock's a real bummer. Things therapists aren't meant to say. Stick your hand in the hole, get a milkshake, answer the phone. Hello? What will you do on the rainy day? When your house is on fire, how will you get out? When you are in the train, who will save you? What do you mean, when my house is on fire? This isn't her. I understand. Do you want this telephone, or shall I burn it? Give it. Give it to me. At least tell me who you are, either of you. The telephone is silent now. And also not there. Can I interrupt the ballet or possibly get involved? Want to hop on stage and join in the terrible show? I mean, let's give it a go once. You are all quite concerning. Jesus, and also you kick very hard. Okay, Wee Susie was worth it for that animation, if nothing else. Right. 16, 18, 18... 5. Choose stop hitting yourself to take you out. Or, yeah, if I just spice you, and you're weak to hot, there you go, problem solved. You really told those dancers to go jump in a lake. Perhaps a swan lake. We got ballet slippers, we're going to try that. Curiously, these shoes are designed to facilitate terrible foot damage instead of preventing it. Sad but true. Ballerina tee. That's a thing. A smouldering tutu. And another new familiar. Christopher the Nutcracker. But no, it's got to be Susie for now. Okay, these can stay for now. You ever just pick up some point slippers and... hello, telephone. Oh, it's back, but it's still silent. Fine, to the something DQ central office. In a deserted public square, you come upon a towering obsidian statue of that bastard General Bruce. Your face. You tackle the statue with enough force to knock it over. It shatters into a million glistening fragments, each of which you individually stomp on. It takes quite a while. Sounds like it would. How much XP do I have now? 157. I should probably spend some on my many upgradable skills. Get some more cold armor from the book that should be giving me hot armor. Any of these cost 70. Fine, please. You've reached chapter 2, which is titled Off-Color Jokes. What are those other ones then? But here we have another one of these towers. Yet another copy of this strange metal thing. One was weird enough, but 3 of them's an outright mystery. An ordinary phone booth? Well, let's ignore it. Can't get inside. Someone swiped the stats. And, you know, we're a video game protagonist. We can't jump. Not getting in the PDQ. What about the FBD? It's a real shame they shut down the Federal Bureau of Defenestration. Yeah, I feel like we could use that. Just day to day. Alright, most of these places we just can't do anything in, and the game is saying, maybe look at the main quest. But the DMV, you hear panting behind you that sounds like if you repeatedly scuffed coarse sandpaper across the living room carpet, followed by a screech that sounds like your mum catching you doing that. Another one of those massive black shadow dogs crouches, prepared to leap. It isn't going to wait till your father gets home. Well, let's kill it. What about my shadow banishing ring? Is that not banishing the shadows? Yeah, no, that is a very good animation on Susie. I don't have like a shadow banishing skill. Well, if they all take 13 hot damage, that'll do a lot of work for me. And it'll also make some noises. Then let's free for all. Most powerful ableist attacks, theft of accessible steps. Yep, correct. How in the hell did we get a creepy dog familiar? Somebody has only just joined the stream. We literally just got it. We, of course, found... We went to the Civic Amphitheatre where there was a demon band performing in a mosh pit of shadow cultists, and we dived into the mosh pit and fought some of them, and then they dropped Wee Susie the Maniacal Doll, obviously. Okay, I guess we just ball? F it, we ball. Because they're limited to 5 physical damage anyway. Series of noises. 3 balls isn't going to kill this one, but we do what we can. Or I could debuff them. That doesn't seem to be based on their stats. Do I have a thing that can reduce their muscle? Yes, I can nuke on your big, round shadow head. But what if nuke again? But what if nuke again? Just hard debuff. And then let's just kill the dog before it hits the professor for 40 damage. Poison the Shadow Homunculus, dead on board. Dead in real life. Knife. Take a knife to that prism of mystical shadow energy. See how it goes. And then Brush Galba kills it. Bad dog, indeed. But at the DMV, or indeed the Shadow DMV, this hydrant has multiple things wrong with it. Gross fungus on this column. There's always gross fungus. Looked like somebody failed then not abandoning your car test. It's an important part of the process. Okay, let's answer another evil phone. Does it bother you? What? Having to make all these telephone calls? Oh, listen. It's her. Am I the 91st caller? Did I win? She looks sad. Oh, she's not bothering anybody. Let's burn her and see what she does. No? My face is on fire? It's not changed like what I have equipped, but it's no longer showing and my face was on fire. That was an experience. You want to go inside this building on purpose? It's reminding us of the tight fade that Hot Butch Jimbo Bathflower has. It won't budge. Probably just as well. You don't even have a car. Yeah, not since we crashed it into the bank. Okay, fine. Let's go to the recruitment office, I guess. Standing tall in the wreckage of a burned-out garage is a statue of a shadowy accountant named Terence Poindexter. Like he was put there to quantify the damage. Vandalize that. You scribble an obscene, but earned remark on the accountant's clipboard. Here we are. It's the Army Recruitment Office. This rock doesn't belong here. God, that was loud. This rock doesn't belong anywhere, jump scare noise. This car's in great shape. Except for one thing. This soda machine has knocked itself over in an act of conscientious objection. Any soda left? Yes, but only one. Modern Army soda. As Can says, this isn't your father's cola, which is a bold move considering how many of today's soda drinkers lost their fathers in the cola wars. Something nasty crawling around on this chunk of rubble? Oh yeah, there is. Phone. You are out of questions. Will you make a guess now? I don't have any more questions or guesses. Can I guess? It is me. I am your dream date. What? I have been your dream date the whole time. If I hang up, will you find me? Yes. I know where you are. Congratulations, I think. Silence. The line is dead. Maybe that's for the best. We've heard too much, ask not for whom the phone rings. Just blustery spooky armor forever. Love that for me. Now we have 16 at the moment, Jesus. Also, there's a very localized rainstorm on this telephone. Phone technology is amazing. Not the shape that's a problem with that car, it's the smoke inside that makes it run has escaped. I mean, yeah, when you think about it, cars operate by being full of fire, and this one is just, like, has it a bit too externally. The door to the Army Recruitment Office is square, olive drab, and menacing. Like the Army itself. Hey-oh! As you reach out to the door handle, you take a deep breath and reassure yourself. There's no war on right now. It's not like they're going to draft you right away. Everyone has to sign up. It's fine. Probably just a small fine for forgetting. That's all. No problem. Oh yeah, we've not actually been drafted. We've been issued a notice that says, why didn't you register for the draft? As soon as you step into the building, a huge metal cage falls from the ceiling, trapping you inside. Sucker! Ruse. You won't get away with this. I just did, maggot! And I'll get away with these, too! Dark tendrils of shadow flow out of his hat, snake between the bars, and yank your biceps right off of your arms. -4 muscle. No! My guns! My sick pythons! I need those! Ha ha ha! I warned you, but you just had to keep sticking your nose in where it didn't belong. But now I'm gonna stick all of you where you do belong. Somewhere where you won't be a problem for us anymore. Take her away, boys. Several cop-shaped shadows melt. God, I got through several cop-shaped shadows fine, but then the word melt, no. Several cop-shaped shadows melt out of the corners of the room. You struggle feebly as they open the cage, cuff you, and haul you to Charlestown State Pen. I already have so many friends there. Nuts. Ooh la la. France. An exotic and titillating poster. Can't believe he stole our biceps. That's just rude. An uncomfortable looking cot that we can search. Don't these seem like they might be useful? As useful as they are specific. Poster scissors. I won't let prisoners have regular scissors, but these seem safe enough. But let's cut the poster up. Oh my god, the concept. Your scissors break into pieces. Apparently they were single use. But oh, an escape tunnel. How exciting. Maybe someone will make a movie about this someday. Probably not. Or maybe they'll just make a fascinating live stream. Prison scene, better not go that way. Somebody might hear you through the vent if you go that way. But you can probably fit into this nasty hatch. Crawling in and tagged. Gross. This crate leads to better smelling air. The sink in this direction is even more unbearable if you can believe it. This must be where they put smells that did murders. Well, we can put our floral cufflinks on. Congrats, we have so much stench armor. How do we not have so much stench armor? Have they taken away, like, all our buffs? No, I just didn't have any to stench armor. Let's also put this flowery cloth on. We're fine now. Some previous escapee? It is escapee. My brain always wants to be like, escapee. Must have left this. Has Madeline's embroidered on it. What's in it? It's change clothes. Murderer's pants. Sorry, I guess I should say murderer's alleged pants. Yet more spooky armor in case we didn't have enough already. Back to our usual loadout. That I kind of hate. And I know I could make the maggot even better, is the thing. But, like, I don't want to throw away the idea that we might get something that isn't a giant maggot on our head. Like, I could give it a load of buffs, but that would just be accepting that this is who we are now. Oh, that was easy. Oh, it's the sewer pipe that I was like, hey, we couldn't interact with that before. Luckily, you never have to be inside that pipe again. A maggot wearing a jaunty hatband? Yeah, exactly. We could give it these buffs, but, like... Maggot... I really shouldn't hold out on it. Fine, fine. Fine. Let's wrap this maggot in duct tape. And give it a comfy lining, question mark. And what else can we do? Add some hot armor in the form of this hatband. Oh, now it's clammy. Great. We can add a jaunty feather, not that we really do range damage. You stick the feather in your hat. Would you also like to call it macaroni? How about lasagna? Okay, done. And now the hat is called lasagna. Okay, now that the maggot has a name, this is much better. Now that we have given this maggot a soul... Alright, okay, I assumed we would have had to go back to the military registration place to confront Bruce, but no, apparently we should see the warden. Oh, can we finally ask Moppy for information? Nope. Somebody around here must know the code. Okay. I asked everybody around here. Was I just waiting for an event flag? Ah. Hey, Buttercup. How's it going? You know the code to the warden's office? Nope. Sorry. Okay. Benny? Do you know the code to the warden's office? Me? No. Why can't we ask... Ah, finally. Do you know the code to the warden's office? No, but I know a guy who knows it. You want to talk to Wilmer in cell 2B. Wilmer, 2B, got it. Wait, was it 2B? I'm not sure. 2B or not stop? Okay, fine, yeah, it was 2B. Thanks. Hello, Wilma. Answer me smartly. You know the code to the warden's office. It just so happens that I did some clerical work for the warden once, so yeah, I do know it. Probably the only guy in this prison who does. I get the feeling you're about to take full advantage of this seller's market. Relax, I'm gonna chisel you. All I want in return is a tin of stash wax. Don't even have a mustache. Not yet, I don't. Where am I supposed to find stash wax in this place? Ask Bruno. He hangs out in the yard. Fine. Bye. I was just talking to Bruno, but sure. Bruno. Hello again. Can I get some stash wax? Okay. I'll swap you for a bear bar. You have 3 right here. Those are barbells. I need a bear bar. Why? Your haircut looks fine. No, not a barber. A bear bar. What, the king of the elephants? What is this? Are you doing a bit? Maybe. A bear bar is like a candy bar but for weightlifters. Got a lot of extra protein in it, see? We don't get much of that around here. Oh, a bear bar. Bring me one, and I'll give you a tin of stash wax, boy. Where can I find one? Mantra has a box of them. In cell 2A. Okay. Good old chain of trades as a quest structure. Mantra isn't here. Crap, he must have been transferred. That's not ideal. Has anybody seen... Do you know where Fantra got transferred? No, I saw them move him the other day, but I don't know where. Donna, do you know? Fantra, of the guy who was in 2A? No, sorry. Bones. Lumford? Do you know where Fantra got transferred? Nope. So I'm leave, but I don't know where to. Jim Crimsley, did you see it? Never heard of him. Or pretty much anything other than my music. Okay. Moppy, you're the information person. Yeah. Oh, that's not your voice. Yeah, they upgraded him to 3D. What? Oh, I'm waiting for the punchline. What punchline? He's in cell 3D. Oh, okay, thanks. It's the guy ignoring me really hard. Pandra! What? I'm trying to sulk in here. Hi, my name's Buttercup. I don't care. What's your sulk about? I don't like this new cell they put me in. It's exactly the same as your old cell? Yeah, but I was used to that one. Okay, relatable. Anyway, can I get a bear bar? I guess, but my supplies are low. If you want one, you'll have to swap me something real good. Yeah, like what? A deck of lewd playing cards. You gonna learn the one-handed shuffle? You've got a dirty mind, kid. What? It's a neat trick. Go talk to Rimmel in 1B. He had a deck last I heard. Fine. Rimmel, still scowling. Still hungry and in prison. I'm looking for some lewd playing cards? Oh ho. Yeah, I got a deck of lewd playing cards. Spicy one. Real spicy. I ain't giving them up for free. Of course not what you want. I'm starving. Go to the mess hall and get me a bowl of slop. That's your request, slop. That's what they serve in the mess hall. Ain't like we got a lot of choices. I could live. Hey, no, on second thought, you're right. Slop it is. Not ordinary slop. Make it spicy. Real spicy. spicy as these playing cards. How about you loan me the cards so I can reference them for the proper spice level as I'm getting your slop? Nice try, but no. Yeah, worth a shot. Better be the last step in this quest. It is, yeah. Alright then. Anyway, here's some slop. Good God, finally. Pass it here. You hand him the bowl of slop. He tastes it and throws it away angrily. Ugh. You call this spicy? You blind, or whatever you call blind except for taste. Agusic. I need spicy slop. Spicy. Alright, Mr. Picky Eater. But luckily, we were talking to the one inmate in there who was... There you go, there's slop. Just filling it with pepper. Hi, Nora. Hey, Buttercup. Can you spice up the slop? Sure thing. How spicy do you want it? Real spicy. Give me something more concrete to go on. Spicy as a deck of lewd playing cards. That's spicy. Well, okay, if you say so. A plate of slop on the opposite end of the bland to spicy spectrum is started out on. Thank you. I will continue to en pointe around this prison. Rimmel. Slop. Better be spicy. You hand him the bowl of slop. He tastes it and his eyes bug out. Wow! Wow! That's some spicy slop. Jeez, my eyes are watering. I have those cards now. Yeah, I can't hardly see them anyways. 52 cards, each lewder than the last. Two jokers, which are less scantily clad lady and more horrifyingly blood-splattered clown. I mean, things can be two things. And 3D. I found you. But you don't playing cards. Ah, good. Maybe these will distract me from these slightly different cinder block walls. Here's your bear bar, don't bother me anymore. Protein-packed slab, 100% pure bear squeezings. Gross. Bruno. Got your bear bar. I was honestly worried about what you'd come back with, but that's a bear bar alright. Here you go. Illicit stash wax, the most stylish of contraband. And back to, what was it, 2B? I brought you stupid wax. Beesh, what took you so long? Well, whatever, not like I was going anywhere. The code's 0451. Well, of course it is. Video game references! Ba-ba-bow! For those of you who don't know, 0451 is a door code. It's... Was it System Shock originally, or is it even older than that? Maybe Deus Ex? One of the games like that. Yeah. It was like the first door code, and that gets referenced in all kinds of things, and it's become kind of shorthand for the whole immersive sim genre. Here's the key code. Warden's office is now unlocked. Let's go in. Holy jeez, this office is messed up. Trash everywhere, and blood, and dark sigils, and someone even wrote a scream on the wall. Or maybe they screamed so hard it imprinted itself in the very fabric of the wall. Did you consider that, Jemba? Slash narrator. This confirms it. Something scary happened here. There's a bunch of spooky black ritual candles on the desk, and the front of the desk drawer has a weird glyph drawn on it in blood. Well, let's open that immediately. You open the drawer to find your biceps. Oh, what a relief. I was afraid I'd never see you guys again. You pop them back on your arms and feel much better. However, you don't feel better about the giant demonic mouth that just tore itself open in space right next to you. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, don't like that at all. Hello. Seems to want to swallow you. Why is my only option let it? But fine. We've stuck our hand in enough shadow holes. Giant mouth packs you back up like a cosmic hairball. You find yourself in a large yet squalid office filled with assorted military memorabilia and even more assorted trash. This is clearly Bruce's office, even before you take into consideration the fact that he's standing right over there. So he is. Army, it's good, not bad. They must have drafted a world-class copyright of this little bit of propaganda. This is the table for playing one of those dorky war games with little lead dolls. I mean, functionally, yeah. This couch is reserved for Bruce's sweatiest naps. Gross. Bruce must have heard something he didn't like and punched a hole in his radio. Bruce scowls at you and puts out his cigar. It's time to do this. So you slithered out of your cell, eh, maggot? Suppose I shouldn't be too surprised. Yeah, and I got my biceps back too, so get ready for another beating just like the one I gave you in the swamp. That was a lucky shot. If you think you'll be able to pull that again here on my home turf, you've got another thing coming. Yeah, and if you think I'm going to switch allegiances and join your Dark Crusade or whatever, you've got another thing coming. I wasn't going to ask. I hate your guts. Well, fine, I hate yours too. Fine. Good. Oh, we can brag. Well, let's settle this without fighting, Bruce. What? I like fighting. Why would I agree to that? Well, because what you really respect is strength, and fighting has too much luck involved. What this calls for is the one true woman-to-man, muscle versus muscle competition. You mean arm wrestling? That's right. To the death? Yeah, that's right. Ha! I'm gonna make you eat those words, maggot! And your liver, too. He sweeps an ashtray and other assorted trash off the top of his desk and slams an elbow on the surface. Let's do this! You set your elbow on the desk and the two of you lock hands and eyes. 3, 2, 1. Two of you strain against each other, teeth clenched, muscles bulging. Contest starts out fairly even, but slowly, inexorably, Bruce is pushing your hand down. Sneer twists his lip. Hold! You grind your teeth and redouble your efforts. You halt Bruce's advance and force his hand back up to the start. And past it. He glares daggers at you and utters a low growl. Your hand stops. You feel sweat rising on your face as he slowly bulldozes you back to the neutral position. Push. You force more power into your arm, like trying to shove over a concrete wall, but you gain a barely visible advantage. Then another. Then another. You refocus on Bruce's eyes. His pupils are dilating further than possible. His eyes are entirely black now. You can see your reflection in them, and further back, tiny, ancient stars. Power 3 anyway, we have so much spooky armor. You take a slow, shuddering breath, close your eyes, and keep pushing. Bruce does not weaken, he does not tire, he does not relent. He forces you to fight for every thousandth of an inch. And after an eternity, his knuckles touch the table. Well, nuts. You lose, Bruce. He glares at you. His eyes are back to normal, though bloodshot. You can take your loss like a man, like a soldier. Or is your general rank just stolen valor? His face turns brick red. Why, you little... I'll tell you what. I won't kill you. If you swear to act like a man of honor and leave this city, this country, and never return, I'll let you leave. Alright, fine, I admit it, you got me. I'll leave, if that's really what you want. Huh? Bruce stretches his back and shakes out his wrist. I'm disappointed. Not just because I lost, but because I didn't get to show off my second form. You have a second form? Yeah, it's wicked sweet. But if you want to see it, you'll have to fight it. No takebacks, kids. Oh, fine. I can't resist a wicked sweet second form. Yeah. I don't know if sweet is the word I would use. Now let's kill it. to him. His second form is pretty sweet. We might have to actually fight the terrifying thing. The king thought you might need some help. Okay. He does spook damage based on his moxie. We can fix that. He has a whole bunch of physical armor. I can avoid that. Susie will stab him with a knife, which is very funny to me. Because if we just stack dots, everything's fine. I won't use the spicing just yet. Yeah, stop hitting yourself does physical damage, so it would only hit him for 1. But what I can do is Noogie unto death. I love this concept. Just you've got this whole terrifying shadow monster, and it turns out the mathematically best option is just Noogie. Noogie until the Lord takes you. Your stats are all at 1. Get wrecked. And now we'll give you a couple of stacks of on fire. Don't mind me, I'm just going to repeatedly noogie you and then set your feet on fire. It's fine. And in a minute, I'm going to hit you with this toilet brush. Wind up. Attack for 68 plus 9 dots. Brush caliber strikes. Have even more dots. And then you just die. Take that, Forces of Darkness. We Susie grow stronger. At ease, General. Well, he's dead now. Bruce's food-stained desk. You search through the cigar butts, old receipts, and candy wrappers, but don't find any information about Uncle Murray. You do, however, find a key. The key to the Black House. Well, assuming this is a two-way horrible Shadow Maw, wanna go back to the Warden's office? Sure. Hey, it was. Well, nobody ever go in there. I mean, you're literally in prison, you're probably not going to go far, but just thought I'd point it out. Professor Adams gives me more potion stuff. Okay, how much XP do I have at the minute? Oh, only 98. But that's still enough for a level in something. What's my lowest elemental armor at the minute? Cold. Unlock the seriously locked gate. You slide the key into the lock and turn. Both key and lock suddenly disintegrate, leaving the gate unsecured. This seems like a bad system, I'm just going to say it. You're too late. And then I just get cold cocked. What? Yeah, Jim, bud. Please stop making that noise. Is this Murray? It's Uncle Murray. Uncle Murray, you okay? Surprisingly fine, kiddo. Not sure why they didn't just murder me, but I'm glad they didn't. Me too. Gotta stop the president from doing whatever her crazy plan is. Sound right with you, but wait a minute, what's that? What's what? You've got something behind your ear. Ah, jeez. Don't change, Uncle Murray. What happened to you? Well, Jessica told you I've been hunting a series of cursed artifacts, right? Well, yeah, that's how I found you. We've been using the Detectatron to find more of them to try and follow your trail. Charles got that thing working finally. It sure would have saved me some trouble. Anyway, a fella sold me a pen that could only write obscenities. Turned out with a little coaxing, you could also get it to write its real owner's current address, which was here. I wrote that letter to you before coming to stake out the place. It caught me while I was snooping around. Is this a, people reverse engineering ChatGPT joke? Would that have even been happening by the time this was released? I don't know. Who's this president woman? I don't know much about her, just that her name's Margaret something. 11 years ago, a barn exploded. That's where all the artifacts came from, I think. And the stuff that was in the barn at the time. Must have been one heck of an explosion. No kidding. 5 years later, she's city comptroller. Now I guess she's shadow president. Whatever that is. What's she planning? Wish I knew. She put some kind of crazy machine, but I don't know exactly what it's for. With the amount of shadow energy she's collecting to power it, can't be anything good. How do we stop her? Well, she set up 3 big weird pylons or obelisks or something. I think their function is to pull shadow energy directly out of wherever it comes from and pump it into her machine here in the Black House. So we should destroy those? Yep. Ideally before her machine does whatever it's meant for doing. Destroy 3 things. Good. Clear enough. It's nice to have a specific, straightforward goal for once. I'm pretty sure I've seen all 3 of them before. Not far from here, yeah? Somewhere in Government Valley. Past that, I'm not sure. I am. Well, I guess that was all of my questions, or at least all the immediately relevant ones. Now we better get moving. Let's go. Anything else we can interact with here first? Whatever this is bettering, you don't want any of it. That's fair. You won't get in there unless you've discovered the secret to phasing through solid steel, which I'm pretty sure you haven't. Why can't we argue with the narrator here? Just be like, yes, I work here and also can walk through solid steel, believe me. This machine indicates the level of ambient awfulness. Probably off the charts these days. Can't even figure this thing out enough to sabotage it. Okay. We know where we're going. There was one at the telephony facility. Another one of those half-plant, half-alien slime creatures wriggles awkwardly towards you on its tentacles. It makes some chirping and belching noises, presumably as some kind of threat. It's hard to feel threatened by it, even knowing that it's actually pretty dangerous. I mean, come on, look at it. It's gross and silly. Oh hey, an elder thing. Again, why isn't my shadow banishing ring working on these shadow creatures? Ping. Yeah, I think now it is time to spice things up. This is going to make noises. Now these are on 4, 8, 5, 5. More than I'd like. It's fine. I'll just be throwing balls. And then Brush Scalibur will kill the big thing. And the Shadow Orb will get poisoned. Problem solved. Oh, now it's doing something. And now this phone is ringing. Hello? Oh, weird. Hey, is that Jimbert? This is Rufus. Rufus? How'd you know I was here? I didn't. It's just a coincidence. My sister hunting device calculated that as the best spot to open a wormhole to her location. Since there's a payphone there, I figured I'd call ahead to check. Wait, wormhole? Thought it was a communications device. Well, it turns out the Pearl is crazy powerful, and wormholes are a form of communication according to quantum. There's a crazy shadow pillar thing here. I could use some help dealing with it. That explains some of the readings. Hang on, I'll be right there. Wait. Also, Uncle Murray's following us. Neat. Good luck, Rufus. Again, that sure was a collection of sounds. This twisted pylon has been destroyed, and Rufus has gone wherever he's going. Ordinary phone booth, we continue to ignore. Sure, okay. Hope he's fine. Now, where were the others? I think it was the PDQ Central Office there was one. And maybe the IRS? Yep. Answer this phone. Hello? Jemba, this is Johnny, the Hobo King. My secret Hobo King pals alerted me that you might be in need. How did you know what number to call? I just picked up my phone and it connected me to you. Is that not how phones work? Well, anyway, yes, I do need some help. There's a big, weird pillar thing here that needs to be destroyed. No problem, I'll send a crew of hobos immediately. Thanks. Through the power of friendship, and also a series of heavily armed hobos. Yeah, was the other one of the DMV or the IRA? I think it might be the DMV. I did this like 10 minutes ago, it wasn't the DMV. One of these acronyms. You hear hooting and yelling nearby, and look, the game's nearly over. It's not like you're going to learn not to investigate this kind of stuff now. Turns out to be a small band of roving and or raving maniacs. Seems like maybe their minds got corrupted by the shadow and they aren't reacting very well to it. I guess I'm just assuming scream out all your teeth might just be like a fun thing they're into, you know? A hobby. And again, they have murder dolls, so presumably I could get one here had I not already. Well, there goes my murder doll. I think get spiced. That's so powerful. Stop hitting yourself. You can also stop hitting yourself. And you guessed it, can stop hitting yourself. Problem solved. I love how my most powerful and useful attacks are Noogie, stop hitting yourself, and throwing sports equipment. I am just a high school bully from a John Hughes film. While Unchained makes your Moxie and ranged weapon attacks better, not going to use that. It also wasn't at the IRS. Where was it? Oh no. Was it on Vista Hill? Maybe. A movement catches the corner of your eye and you turn to see several tall, long-limbed figures gliding towards you. They twist and twirl as gracefully as ballerinas as they approach, but this beauty is contradicted by their heads, which are indescribable shadows. And I'm not using indescribable as a horror cop-out, I'm literally uncertain about what's going on in the head area. They have like a winged collar, or maybe side horns, but I think there's a mouth on it. I don't know. Find them and see for yourself, it's weird. What you're saying is it's Ashiok. Yeah, they are. Those ones at the back definitely have an Ashiok situation going on. And if you don't play Magic, trust me, I'm correct. Okay, Spice. Oh yeah, they're weak to hot. It's one cake. Spreaded 2-2. Good for muscle and physical armor. We see as he gets stronger. Oh yeah. You won. Guess that patch do was a patch don't. A thing that works better if you mispronounce the French like most people do. Do I have a phone call for this one? Sure don't. Interesting. Also the telescope gives me nothing. Okay, I wonder if I've missed like a side quest chain. Maybe it was the mouse that I never gave enough cheese because I didn't have enough cheese. Do I have any more cheese? It feels bad that that's like the one thing. I have government cheese. Maybe I should go there. See what happens. Because that is the only other to-do list thing. Let's just leave. Let's just leave. Go to Rufus's lab because it's the quickest way into the tunnels. You hear cheering. Oh no, we've done this. Frat vampires. Insult them. Get them to run outside. We did that before. Rufus is not in his lab on account of his wherever the hell he is now. Rat. Government cheese? The rat nibbles part of the wrapper off the block of cheese and gives it a good sniff. He nods at you, drags the block into his hole, and comes back a few seconds later with a gift. Tape ring makes tape up better. If you wear a roll of tape as a ring, you'll always have more tape. This is true. Thank you for your service. You want more? No? You only want new kinds of cheese, I get it. I guess we will probably never do that. That's going to drop out for a second, just as I tell Twitch not to annoy me and not to start running ads while I'm talking. I'll probably run them at some point, or maybe I won't. It's a shorter stream today. Okay, back to Government Valley. Back to Vista Hill. I keep wanting to say Vista Print, but no. Not sponsored. You're just straight up being attacked by a giant hovering wad of cancer. Oh no. Considering that there's still going to be cigarette ads on the radio for another 43 years, and they won't even start banning smoking on airplanes for 60, you'd think such a direct assault would be unnecessary. Yeah, guess it got impatient. Hate that. Hate that a lot. Oh, that's deeply gross. Okay, right, let's spice everyone up. You can stop hitting yourself. You can stop hitting yourself a couple times. You, yeah, stop hitting yourself. And you too can stop hitting yourself. I wish I had more skills that did non-physical damage, and you can just be brushed and die. God, that was awful. Yes, yes, you're very clever. Have 14 poison. Oh no, only 7 poison? Maybe you've had your stats reduced. I mean, you're basically dead on board anyway, but I am about to kill you with this toilet brush. That sure was a noise. How much XP have I been generating? Only 100, whatever, it's not that important. This is the pylon thing you mentioned, Murray. I never saw a diagram or what have you, but looking at it, I think that's a pretty safe assumption. What, I just have to destroy it? Well, and the other two. But yes, destroying them should cut off the majority of the power to the President's machine and presumably unseal the Black House. Easier said than done, though. That thing's made of pure unbritanium alloy. Pure what now? Shadow metal. Gotcha. Can we do anything with it? The strange metal pillar thrums, fulfilling its terrible, terrible purpose. If you're totally out of ideas, here's a really terrible one in the house. You could try just punching it with your fists till it stops working. Alright then. Be sure it might work, but your hands won't anymore. Okay, now that sounds like it will be too much of a bad idea for me. Which is saying something. Murray's expression is a jumble of excitement, awe, and fear. This may be unclear from the picture. So move, Murray. You can try to deal with the pillar yourself somehow. We can try and fight it. Fight it? Yeah, it has defensive protocols. In case it seems like someone shadow attuned might be trying to subvert it for their own ends. Since we've been handling those artifacts, we probably picked up a little residual shadow stink. Yeah, that makes sense. So what do we do? Just approach it while thinking about controlling it. It should transform into fighting mode. Want to try it? Maybe. Yeah. I don't have any other particularly bright ideas. Professor, do you have any?
Let's see, Jimbert. Smell that? There's a definite odor of umbraline coming from that obelisk or pillar or whatever it may be.
What's that?
Very rare gaseous element. First we called it anti-antimony, due to its being a dark, corrosive gas, as opposed to a bright, shiny, and relatively stable metal. However, it was given a more scientific name later on. A more boring one, if you ask me.
Huh. It's interesting information, but I'm not sure how it's useful.
Just something to keep in mind, perhaps.
I have an idea. Because I think back in the dim and distant past, when we were chasing our degree, we had the whole puzzle in the chemicals thing to unbronze Professor Adams. That's his name, right? Yes, good. That would have been awkward. And all of the different compounds we could make had like a function and a substance they affected. And I think one of them was umbraline, which is why he said that. Have I found the secret puzzle way to do this? The chemicals. Free money. Okay. So it's the first two that make the target, if I remember. So Mercury, 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 Mercury. It's a Bologna bleaching juice. I mean, let's just hang on to all of these things. So 1-1 is Bologna. 1-2. Umbraline purifying juice. I don't know about purifying. Do we want that? So 1-2, and then we know 1-1 is bleach. So 1-2. Umbraline softener. Maybe. 1-2, 1-3. Umbraline deodorizer. 1-2, 1-4. Umbraline loosener. Sure. 1-2-2-1. Umbraline straightener. This might not even be a thing. 1-2-2-2. Umbraline purifier, maybe. 1-2-2-3. Umbraline polisher, probably not. 1-2-2-4. Umbraline bender, sure. 1-2-3-1. Umbraline strengthener, that sounds bad. 1-2-3-2. Umbraline revivifier, also bad. 1-2-3-3. Umbraline remover, that sounds possibly very useful. 1-2-3-4. Umbraline annihilating juice. That doesn't seem very useful, at least not for any circumstance you're likely to be in anytime soon. I beg to differ, game. I kind of want to see what the whole other functions are when we start with 4, because 1-2-4-1, Umbraline Insulter. 1-2-4-2, Umbraline Doubler, sounds very bad. 1-2-4-3, Umbraline Thickener. And 1-2-4-4, Umbraline Dissolver. Well, let's hang on to that as well. See whether we want to annihilate or dissolve this pylon. I actually worked out a clue! Haha! Crumbling Ruin, explore it, free money, you know. No, I don't want to repeatedly punch it. Okay, what, do I talk to Professor Adams? I did actually keep the Umberline Annihilator and Remover and Dissolver, yes. Murray? What? Why do I have the option of making Umberline Annihilator if I can then not annihilate this thing made of Umberline? Professor? Oh, wait, no. The pylon is Umbritanium. The shadow gas is Umberline. Damn. Okay, fine. Let's fight this thing. I'm very good at fighting. Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay, nothing ventured, nothing gained, except maybe a lack of broken bones.
So many squares. Oh, and we now have Murray on our side. Pilotron Guardian module. Can't take more than 1 damage at a time. That aim. Then Pilotron. Okay, and that boosts all its elemental and physical armors, so we should really work on that one. So you can blast an opponent and reduce its stats by 5. Reduce something's physical armor by 11. Heal everyone on your side by 11 and increase all their stats by 5. I think just a buff would be good. Hydrate and stretch, you make an excellent point. So we just need to be able to repeatedly hit these. So let's do that. Annoyingly, if I still had Ring of the Doubleheader, that would have been very useful here. But whatever. Because, yeah, I can't take more than 1 damage at a time, so it's just a matter of hit it a bunch of times. We're just going to pelt this horrifying killer shadow robot with sports equipment until it leaves. Alright? Alright. And yeah, just it seems like a waste to do this to the Guardian module, so just take 34 damage. Annoyingly can't hit with any of the dots, but hey. So you should not be poisoning. But you can debuff all foes Moxie. I don't know. Alright, some of all their stats, so that is actually very useful. Yeah, because that would have killed us otherwise. Okay, Murray, keep buffing us. Spice? Ah, damn, Spice only heals for the damage it actually does, not its actual damage stat. Boo. This thing really doesn't have that much health. just saying. If you heal Murray some... Murray, kill the Guardian module. And then Jimbert, bring Brush Gallagher to bear. Problem solved. You won! The Brutalist architectural style doesn't really exist yet, but take that anyway, Brutalism. Yeah, I like Brutalism. Just saying. This Twisted Pylon has been destroyed. Alright, that's the last one. Come on, we gotta get back to the Black House and put a stop to whatever the President's plan is, which might be world domination or world destruction, or maybe both. Honestly, with as much as I was able to learn before they caught me, that's a real glaring gap in my knowledge. Well, let's go. Tell you what, before we go, this seems like an excellent time to take our break. So, I'm going to go and get some more water and generally do the self-care things. You should do them as well. Get up, move around, have a snack, have a drink, take your meds if you need to, this is a reminder. And just generally, you know, go and subvert the government. In a game if you're watching NSA. And yeah, I will be back in a few minutes when we will continue this and possibly move into the end game. But given that I will only have like half an hour-ish, we'll see. Alright. Love to you all. Leave the ads running, whatever you do, and I will see you in a few. And we're back. Hello, everyone. So, sorry about the extended break. I had to mainline a bunch of admin, as is always fun. But upside, because of said admin, I found out the thing I had immediately after this stream has been cancelled, so we can actually run longer. Hurrah! I no longer have a hard out of 5. Mixed blessings, really. Also, I have no idea how long there is left in this game. Yeah, cool. Materials, whatever. The valley slipper noise is funny to me. An extremely loud gate. You rush into the foyer of the Black House. Murray leads you up a corridor and down a flight of stairs to a huge basement laboratory. The room's dominated by The room's dominated by a massive writhing tear in space, seemingly confined to an unbritanium frame. The President's typing furiously at a computer console nearby, but she turns around momentarily when you enter. She glares at you, practically hissing. I knew I shouldn't have trusted that idiot Bruce to deal with you. I noticed the shadow flow has dropped back to ambient levels. I assume that was your doing. Well, yeah. I busted your weird pillars. Now I'm busting you. Oh no. I'd be real upset if you weren't too late. Oh, nuts. Yeah, nuts to you. The portal is open, and after I make these last few calibrations, the Emperor of all Shadows will be summoned to this plane to kneel before me. I will rule this universe, not the President of Shadows, but the Empress. Wow, that's a bigger goal than I was expecting. Yeah, well, go big or go home, right? Anyway, don't try and stop me. Without my attention to this console to keep the reaction steady, this thing could implode and turn the whole tri-state area into a smoking crater. Jeez. Okay, well, mind if I have a look around? Sure, whatever, just don't pester me unless you want everyone who ever heard of you to die. Alright. Boop, boop, beep, boop, 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 boop. Okay, there's a crafting table here. Let's make some fancy potions we'll never use. I have so many of these. I guess we can make some hot armor and muscle. These chemicals are as dangerous as a barrel of monkeys with shotguns for arms. This does seem seen a lot, especially recently. Murray's holding a weird something. What's that?
An unbritanium bomb! I cobbled it together from parts I found lying around while you were distracting the President. Good job.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, that was intentional. But what's your plan exactly? From what she said, it sounded pretty bad to mess with this stuff.
Trying to summon something, right? I figure by applying enough pressure at just the right time, we can reverse the flow, making an out portal instead of an in portal.
Oh, I get it. So it'll suck her out into space, and no more problem.
Well, not exactly. Or rather, yes, but that's not the end of it. We also have to take care of whatever's waiting on the other side of that portal.
Oh. Oh, you're saying I have to go through and fight it, aren't you?
I don't know if it'll be a literal fight or what, but yeah, that's the long short of it, kiddo. This is the end game, and there's no coming back from this. You ready? Well, actually, let me be more explicit. This is literally the end game. Once I set off this bomb and you go through that portal, you can't come back and the game ends one way or another. But nothing gets saved after you go, so you can reload back to here and keep playing afterwards.
I don't really understand what you meant by that.
That's okay, kiddo. It wasn't really you I was talking to.
Yeah, let's take care of things first. Sad little hot plate on a sad, medium-sized room temperature crate. A lot of engineering and occult books. Haven't really catched your eye. This bed clearly hasn't been slept in for weeks. Would have liked to find more cheese. That's like my one real loose end. But also, I want to see if we can get up to 13 all round. because then we can finish the boardwalk challenges, which I do want to do. So, I mean... What's our food effect at the minute? Oh, it's the same. This is giving me plus muscle and plus maximum AP, which I very much like. Although I guess I can always replace it. Bean charged. You try to swallow the bean, but it just floats through your teeth and neck and into your stomach. Gross. No, my stash is already giving me +1 to everything. Lasagna's already giving me +1 to everything. These pants switch me from muscle to mysticality. Okay. No, I just used that. Come on, there must be something else. Do I really not have another way to increase my muscle? No, because it can't be equipment, because we already have all our slots that can actually boost stats, boosting our stats. What I want is some pants that give me more than one stat. And I don't appear to have those. What other effects do I have going? I've got Fancy Cocktails giving me Mysticality and Moxie. How do I not have any potions that would give me plus multiple stats? Come on. I feel like drinking the unidentified chemicals would probably be bad. Yeah, it's really weird that I don't have any potions that give me pluses to multiple stats. I'm going to go back to the speakeasy, see if we can get a better cocktail. Also, were there any better pants in here? I want ones that give me multiple core stats. Muscle and Moxie. Okay, that sounds good. Also, we can have a chat. Why a pants store in particular? My grandmother was arrested a couple of times in the 1850s and 60s for wearing pants in public. Since then, our family's been big advocates for women's pants and equity in clothing generally. Wow. That's a deeper answer than I was expecting. How's it working out for you? Much better nowadays. We don't have 100% pants acceptance yet, but we're getting there. Did notice you have some skirts for sale, too. Yeah, I've been experimenting with a line of men's skirts, but that's proven to be a tougher sell. Men are more stubborn about their clothes, I guess. True. Okay, so. Weather jeans take me to 13, 12, 14. What do I have boosting Moxie that could be boosting something else? No, that's very much the wrong button. Nothing equipment-wise. If there's a cocktail that can get me +2 mysticality, then I'm in. Hi, Dan. There sure isn't. Okay, unless I could do something funky with mixers. Add something Coke. No. Very much enjoying the whistling along with this. And we've already got a potion that's giving us 1 mysticality. And we don't have anything that gives me 2 mysticality. That's really all I need. This is the funkiest way to, or at least the jazziest way to listen to somebody slowly scrolling through equipment. There isn't a cat that gave us mysticality, right? The sprig gives you muscle. You know what? There must be a cat that gives you mysticality, and yes, I am just going to look it up, because also I want to get all the cats if possible. There is one that I've been to the area and just apparently never petted. Great. Oh, dang it, apparently I've missed the only missable cat. But yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get the 2 cats I've apparently missed, not including that one. Yeah, I must just never have got round to pressing the button. Wait. Yeah, shadows, whatever, banished. You focus thoughts of positivity and optimism into your ring, and blast the shadow creatures with a bright white light that burns them out of this plane of existence. These 2 things are not necessarily cause and effect, but still results. Remember Captain Dirge from all the way back when? He has a cat that we just never pet. Ishmael's plaintive meowing echoes in your mind. What does that cat know? 13 everything. Let's go. Specifically, let's go to the boardwalk. But first we have to kill these tin lizards. Also, there's a tentacle. Why do we get the tentacle sometimes? I can't remember. Look, my doll can kill you with one hit. Get spiced, idiots. Why would you even try? Now the welding mask, our old friend. Now that we're at the end game, will you let us in? No, okay. Game of skills. So yes, the crack short message encoded with a military-grade cipher while crushing a cinder block with your forehead and juggling these 3 live cobras. Alright. Carney gestures theatrically to a cinder block and a hissing wicker basket, then starts tapping out dots and dashes on a telegraph key. You gingerly pick up the basket and toss the snakes into the air, grabbing and juggling them before they get a chance to react. Beep, 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 beep. A B is a G and a V is a P. Beep, 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 beep. G is a T and a P is a B, etc. Drink your Ovaltine? What on earth does that mean? Don't forget the cinder block. Oh, right. Magnifico! Brilliant! Just toss the snakes back into the basket there and I'll give you your prize. Shiny plastic crown, 6 spooky armor. Plated in genuine 24-karat gold. Okay. Alright. Can I interact with you anymore? There's a 15? Here she is, our current champion of skills. Are you ready to face the final challenge? Level 7, the feat that nobody has ever been beaten before. All you have to do is untie this Gordian knot. Oh, that's easy. Without cutting it. Oh. While using a compass and straight edge to construct a square with the same area as a given circle. And break this raw egg by yelling at it. No. I have no idea how I would get to 15 of everything. It was hard enough to get into 13. Just no. Will you love me if I'm wearing this crown? I love me wearing this crown. No? Okay. Tony, do you love us wearing this crown? Yeah, you do. I'm going to take this crown off now. And return to lasagna. Already got a pic of that lasagna. Sounds like 20s slang now. And the one other cat we hadn't got around to petting, and I think we actually, like, fulfilled the thing for it. No, this is the wrong area. I think we fulfilled the thing for it, but then just never did it. Go back to Greta's pet store. You pull up short, having nearly walked straight into a huge spider web while you weren't paying attention. Well, I guess somebody was paying attention. Good job, whatever part that was. You turn and head in another direction and soon find yourself stopped by another big spider web. So you turn around and try another direction. Nope, that path ends in a big spider web as well. Looks like the attention-paying part of you wasn't paying enough of it to keep you from getting lost in a huge spider web maze. Maybe in the future you should pay attention to these things yourself instead of just delegating. So over the maze. With some careful mental mapping, you eventually manage to navigate your way out of the maze. Somewhere nearby you hear a chittering noise that's probably the spider equivalent of shucks. Nice. Yep, there's a cat here that we just never touched. Or maybe we did. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. In that case, let's go back and pet Abby to get that empirically extremely good buff back. Very good cat noise. And then I guess we just go to the end game. Having hit everything else that I can think of to hit. Yeah. To the Black House. Oh, the White House! I only just got it. I'm very intelligent. I was thinking it was some kind of control reference. Not putting together that, yes, the residence of the Shadow President would be the Black House, Emma, you idiot. More Shadow Ballerinas leap out of the darkness and twirl into an attack formation, and it just occurred to me that team ballet fights would be an incredible sport. I would watch that all the time. Do any of you know who I have to write to make that happen? I wasn't the only one not to get that. Thank God. You're all weak to hot. Get spiced. 112 damage. Get wrecked. That's such a loud gate. I must have enough to give myself some upgrades. Probably get more spooky armor. We have 90 unspent XP. Maximum HP? Sure. Also, now that we have this Umbraline Annihilator, Professor, do you have any comment on that? No? I guess that's everything, unless we want to... you're scared that if you interrupt her, the entire universe might blow up. Or at least the tri-state area. You're no expert, but this seems bad. Yeah. Don't think we've got a great deal else to do. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, it was good seeing you again, kiddo. I think I got this bomb wired so I can toss it and set it off from here by overloading this other who's it, which hopefully won't end up getting me killed. Whatever happens, you gotta jump through right away. I don't know how much time you'll have.
Jeez. Okay, well, be careful.
You too, kiddo. Ready?
Yeah. No! Here goes nothing.
The pursuit of knowledge.
Indeed. Resolution. Like 1920 by 1080, my dudes. You and Dr. Adams and the President and her machines and a sizable chunk of the floor appear in the middle of a pale void lit by the just-arrived light of stars that burned out uncountable eons ago, because occasionally we remember that this is mostly a Lovecraft pastiche. Oh, what did you do? Threw a little monkey wrench into your plans. Don't try to act cool about this. You don't have the slightest idea what kind of power you're messing with. Oh yeah, like what? Welcome, playthings. You look over to the right where you see a hovering swarm of giant mouths and eyes. You get the feeling that this is your brain's best attempt to render what you're actually seeing in a way that won't simply annihilate your mind. In particular, that. Oh. Is this whole deal just a giant monkey's paw? Like, did I achieve ultimate power but also get cursed to be constantly surrounded by morons? Hey. Portal frame still looks intact. Maybe I can reopen it and fix this. Oh, you can get us back. I can get me back and then continue with my plan to summon the Emperor to our universe under controllable conditions as intended, yes. What if I don't want you to do that? Do I look like someone who gives a hot crap? What do you want? Go away, go die in the void. Hydrate, probably a good idea given this voice. Throat work. Well, sheesh, somebody's cranky. Wow, that is a very simple background that is actually kind of giving me vertigo. Impressive. Any comment?
The word absolutely reeks of Umbraline here.
You know, I do smell something kind of,
Into the odor of burnt petrochemicals.
Yeah. Where's it coming from?
Well, over there to the right would be my guess.
There. Hydrate comes in a little glass vial. A little glass vial? A little glass vial. And the hydrate reward goes into the chat Nah. And the hydrate prompt goes into the chat like a point reward. And I'm not going to try and work out something that rhymes with that. Oh, okay, yeah, no, it parallaxing like that. Blur. Oh, your access to the control console is the presence of shadows. Can I interrupt her? Something be adored. Yeah. Ah, damn it, after I finish streaming, I'm just going to be writing this, aren't I? Still having fun with the vanish in a puff of smoke command there, I see. Hi. She grinds her teeth and ignores you. Any chance I could get you to give up on your plan to enslave humanity and the universe in general? Just Christ, if I had brought a gun with me, you'd be so dead right now. Can we talk her out of this? Look, can't we talk about... No, we can't. But I would strangle you with my bare hands first. Okay, never mind. Oh, is this over here going to be awful? My vote's for probably. The unprotanium alloy portal frame. This technology is incomprehensible to you. You inspect the portal frame, but can't think of anything to do with it that would help. Which implies that you missed some optional stuff, but that's what replays are for. Nuts. Damn. I know that, like, I'm streaming and I'm not going to be completionist about everything because, for one thing, that's not interesting. But at the same time, it's just like, as soon as the game is like, hey, you missed a thing, and it's very feels bad for me. Yep, that's a floating map. Yeah, it is the FOMO of it all. Especially when I've tried to clear up basically everything I could find. I will be reading guides after this to see what I've missed. Hello, awful thing. Emperor of Shadows, whatever. Hello. Well, let's be not afraid. Hi. Welcome to my realm. What are you? I am what the shadow is the shadow of. Nice job if you can get it. It's a living. Yeah. Destroy it, try something desperate, fight it, surrender to it, pry yourself away from its gaze. What if we try something desperate? Intimidate it, reason with it, smooth talk it. Let's smooth talk the Emperor of Shadows. Hey, you seem like a pretty hip cat. Ridiculous. Can we reason with it? Look, let's just discuss your words have no power here. Can we intimidate? Listen, Busty, you're better. Ha, ha, ha. Well, you tried. No option but to beg. Get down on your knees. Pretty please. No. Nuts. So I'm assuming this is like this is like 3 different endings. I mean, we could just come back and do the others, I guess, afterwards. But hey, I put work into finding this Umberline Annihilator, so destroy. Problem solved. Here's my room. I guess. Bing, 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 bong, bong. Oh, the TV's on. Neat.
Science really can fix anything.
That probably wasn't. That was a narrator rather than the professor talking. After the metaphorical smoke cleared, you found yourself stuck in the weird extra-dimensional space where the final showdown happened. You waited, waited, waited. Murray's bomb blasted him past the borders of reality. He drifted outside of the world for a span of time that might have been 5 minutes or 5,000 years. The only way to be sure is to not press a key for 5,000 years, then you'll know it was that long. Now, I know I said I don't have such a hard out to end this stream by, but we are not hanging around for 5,000 years. Twitch doesn't let you do streams longer than a day anymore anyway.
few weeks later, Jessica accidentally activated the fail-safe interdimensional homing teleporter Murray had left in one of his desk drawers, looking for a pen. You and Murray were wrenched through the ether and unceremoniously dumped on the floor of the antique store. After spending a reasonable amount of time patting one another on the back, you start searching for the next eldritch horror on Murray's big list of cosmic threats. The world is always under existential threat if you know where to look, and Murray always knows where to look. The House of Hubris did a brisk trade until the end of Prohibition, at which point it didn't even brisk a one. Obi decided to leave the hobo's life behind and just play the oboe full-time. When they started televising underground bare-knuckle boxing, Gabby got really excited and joined the league. Her combat style was a mixture of different martial arts that came to be known as super weird fighting. After spending a few years catching up on the latest scientific developments, Professor Adams re-bronzed himself. If the world ever needs him again, he'll be there. The streets of Ocean City are relatively safe, a few gang fights and tentacles notwithstanding. I can't even remember what the deal with the tentacles was. King Johnny got the camp loaded into the ocean, with Samuel doing most of the heavy lifting. Can't remember which one Samuel was. Okay, that's kind of epic. With the wind at their backs, they set sail for distant shores. Thanks to Ovid and Croesus, the expedition was comfortable and well-funded. Sure, it got boring at times, but Howie entertained folks with his harmonica, and Dusty brought a deck of cards. Whenever anybody got scratched up or seasick, Doc was there to provide some medical attention. The nights were cold, but between Beatrice's wool and Calendula's moonshine, everybody kept pretty cozy. They ate creamed fish, thanks to Walter and Creamy Steve. Cornelius and Beanie provided cornbread and beans. Mothman provided fine herbs and exotic spices. After a long and difficult journey, they arrived at the land they had promised to themselves. They founded a new nation, a nation of hobos, by hobos, for hobos, with liberty and justice for hobos. Marvin went on to set the world record for mailbox sitting. Is Jimbert still whistling along with the music? He held the record for nearly a week. He's recently become interested in flagpole. Wow, there's a lot of wrap-up here. Bishop's inspection went swimmingly, and the vicar of St. Polycarp's was soon promoted to vice-pope. With that whole grisly murder business behind her, Miss Brewster went on to win the Boarding House of the Decade award from the International Salesmen's League. Crystal's store was moderately successful, but she was confident that in about 40 years business would boom. Yes, just wait for hippies to exist. Greta wisely invested all of the meat she spent at her store and eventually expanded into a nationwide chain. 70 years from now, the historical village of Sandwich is still a popular tourist attraction. Particularly popular among mixed-up hipsters who get it confused with Sandwich, Brooklyn, or Sandwich, Kent. Which I had to shout out because it's where a chunk of my family are from. Your accomplishments in the field of metaacoustics continue to ring through the halls of SIT. This is due to a malfunction in the equipment, and facility says it will be fixed soon. Your Spider students decided to do a little bit of field research in Crystal Dream Valley. It went about as well as you'd expect. In 1981, Mudhenge was acquired by the Stonehenge Corporation, renamed Stonehenge Mud, and shut down. In 100 years, you were the only non-nudist to find its center. With your help, Rhonda Rasmussen became the first person in history to fly all the way around a swamp. Her fame lasted until nearly a month later when Charles Lindbergh was seen buying a new set of shoelaces. Heim Quarry went bankrupt after the workers fled in the night. Huh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because we helped. Because the foreman was awful and we, helped them with their escape tunnel. That was the thing that happened. Most of them made it back to the city and found new jobs, which could not possibly have been worse than their old jobs. The loss of Tom and Kathy plunged Largemouth Bass & Sons into a succession crisis. In the chaos, the bastard Reboner returned from exile and made his claim to the throne. Although Tom and Kathy's judge-wig business never took off domestically, they were knighted in Albion for services to judicial fashion. John and Paul Leathers were convicted of male manslaughter and preparing to be sent to a penal colony on Mars. In time, the wreck of the Longfellow was swallowed whole by the swamp. Though a boat may be long, naught is longer than nature's mouth. As the saying goes, question mark? The kid with glasses spent a week bragging after you proved his theory about big hands. Plant kid will happily wear Mothman's mustache for the rest of his life. The chemist kid is still reeling from the whiff of the smell of the wisp you brought her. The radio kid still proudly wears the feather you brought him from Barbara Yagra. Kid with the wrench still tells stories about the time you captured the Chupa Naranja. The fly girl is still grateful for the chest hair you brought her from Flemberg. Will Hunter moved to international waters to escape federal prosecution for marble fraud. The Mulross place remained uninhabited until the 1990s, when it became a hotbed for swinging sexy singles. With no natural predators to thin their numbers, McMillican sheep bred out of control.
I mean, I feel that would be the farmer's job to stop them doing that, but hey, what do I know?
Went on to become the region's primary supplier of both mittens and mutton.
Okay, yeah, it worked out.
Despite all your efforts, the maze stayed pretty much exactly the same. Forever. Billy made sure of that.
Ah.
The workers of the fort compound were able to get the factory machinery back up and running. After months of research and hard work, they were finally able to make a car entirely out of beans. It smelled awful. Nobody would buy it. They ended up abandoning it on the streets of Ocean City. The old ham mill never spun again. Rufus emerged from his portal somewhere deep underground. Didn't know where he was, but he knew he was one step closer to his sister. That was all that mattered. The end.
Some of those a little unsatisfying. But that's probably just because I missed optional stuff. Reddit! The game, she is finished. Credit to all of these people, especially the musicians, because the music in this has been really good. Also, credit for Mr. Lieutenant Time Bonkers, still great. Sure. Jacob Burgess did voices in this? Really? What voices even are there in this? How did I not recognize Jacob Burgess? I mean, the man has a lot of voices, but still. Development pets. All very good. Thanks so much for playing our game. We know it took significant time and effort to get here, and we appreciate your attention and endeavours. You rock. If you enjoyed Shadows over Loathing, you might also enjoy West of Loathing, available now on Steam or the Nintendo Switch, or our free browser-based game, The Kingdom of Loathing, on the internet at www.kingdomofloathing.com. Been there and also done that. Okay, so yeah, if we hit continue now, we're back outside the portal, where we can probably go back and fix some optional stuff. That Heim Quarry bit has felt like a failure state. I'm going to go back there and just see if there was anything we missed. It was in the moist, right? Yes. Because this is where everyone had their brains switched with frogs, right? So yeah, there's the safe that definitely isn't a safe in here. Oh yeah, we used to work here. Forgot about that. Ah yes, the big cursed frog statue. Escape plan will happen any night. Ah yes, the fly cabin was how they were going to escape. Right. I don't know, maybe that wasn't a thing. Maybe I should just go and look at the other endings. It probably won't change much. I don't know. I want to at least try and fight the Emperor. Vandalize the statue. Vandalize. Jesus. Vandalize is a lovely name for a girl. I'm just going to hit another snooze on the stream so I can get this hopefully done. Yeah, I don't know what optional stuff I missed that would have given me more to do with the portal frame. But hey, bet you can find out by playing the game yourself. Throw a bomb. Get sucked through a portal. Professor Adams has a moment. Resolution. Yeah. What? We've already seen all of these. Let's go see the Emperor. We missed some optional stuff again. Still. Hello. Let's fight the Emperor. What happens if we surrender to it? As well. Let's leave the fight for last. Surrender to it. Well. And womp womp to you too. And yeah, just cut to ending. Well, that certainly could have gone better. That tombstone is symbolic, by the way. Your ruined body just drifts through nothingness forever. Join me. Witness. Okay, this is actually pretty neat. Glory unto me. I am here. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Become me. Behold. Yes. Good. Ha ha ha. Join me. Embrace me. I am here. Ha ha ha. Become me. These are just repeating phrases, aren't they? Yeah, so, okay. Surrendering to the Emperor of Shadows does pretty much what you'd expect. These are really quite long ending slides. Yeah. Credits, all happened. Let's try and fight the Emperor of Shadows. See what happens. Come on, we deserve a cool final boss fight, because, like, I played a very combat-oriented class and then still kept solving everything through the puzzle routes, because that's me. Puzzle brain never stops. Let's tiptoe our way over here and fight the Emperor of Shadows. Hello. Time to fight. Ha ha ha. Fight me. Very well. I will give you one chance. All or nothing. Fight time. As you draw your weapon, you hear someone behind you.
Hello, Gabby is here to give the fight.
Thought you might could use a little help, doll. Not sure how they made it in here, but you'll take all the help you can get. All my companions gather around as we fight the Emperor and the Shadow President. So we have the Shadowcaster's Eye. Does a bunch of damage, debuffs, immune to dot, 81 health. Same. President of Shadows is being bathed in the shadow. That's threatening. Shadowcaster's mouth has a shield and intends to bite whoever has the lowest HP. Okay. We'll take that shield off. And then Gabby dies, and then Jimbert nearly dies. And then Susie stabs the president, which is funny. Okay, get spiced. Those sure were some noises. Stop hitting yourself will hit for 16. So I can probably kill this one. Don't know how we're telling a giant extra-dimensional eye to stop hitting itself, but hey. Also, I probably should have rechecked all my effects, but hey. Nah, it doesn't quite kill it. And it's immune to the dots. That's bad. Heal Jimbert, I guess, or actually, you probably should have blood. Susie dies. The president is bleeding. Obi, kill this eye with a hot lick. Go Noogie the Shadowcaster's eye. Not sure how one Noogie's an eye, but sure. And then actually, I kind of want to hit the president. For one thing, she can actually take dots. Reduce all foes' Moxie by 4. Obi dies. That takes a lot of damage. Jimbert doesn't quite die. Love that for us. So yeah, you hit for 30. So even with a wind-up, it won't do it. I should be using combat items. I can use so many combat items. I always forget this, and this is literally the final boss. I feel like using shadow items against them will be bad. Okay, like a battery. They're very loud. Should do some healing. Wait, I should do a vigor inhaler. I know I've got a bunch of those. I made them special. I made 2 of them, apparently. Okay. Nice. So many AP. Love that for me. Probably shouldn't use the Shadow Clarinet against the Shadow thing. Rapid Transfuse. Use the Solvent Spray to reduce everybody. To debuff everybody, even. I may use one more combat item this turn. Get some healing again. And then hit the president, at which point she might be dead on board? Not quite. Now she is. And then the professor dies. And then the president dies. So that's something. And then we keep using combat items because we can use so many of them, I must remember. I think it's time for a nuclear bomb. And a Cola Wars rocket, which does the same as a nuclear bomb, which is mildly surprising. Take another Vigor Inhaler. Just get so many AP. Use a billion combat skills. Spray them down some more. And you know what? Spray them down even more. Now, that means stop hitting yourself is now functionally useless, but your damage is based on mysticality, so let's just punt you a lot. Okay, this hits for 30. So I can now kill you with one shot. Still have 5 AP to spend. You have ridiculous muscle, but that means we can stop hitting yourself for ridiculous damage. I was about to say, how are we doing stop hitting yourself with a giant floating mouth, but to be fair, my mouth bites itself all the damn time. Yeah. Turns out the age-old strategy of drop all your combat items on the final boss works. Assuming there isn't a second phase here. There may well be a second phase here. Anyway, get brushed. Stick a toilet brush in your eye. Neat. Alright. Cool. Guess we did the thing. Well, sometimes the best way to deal with the universe destroying threat is to just hit it with something until it stops moving. Nice work! I thought so. Me and lasagna. After, yeah, we had that. This is all just going to be the same as when we Umbraline annihilated them. Yep, okay, this is all the same. Well, we did it. I guess while this is happening, I might as well do the wrap-up, because I know I said we could run longer, but that takes us to a nice end point on account of it's the end. So, hey, yeah, thanks everyone for being here. Thanks if you stayed to the end, which is actually the end. Genuinely means a lot. If you've been watching this, you know where to find me, but just in case, it's twitch.tv/Serasent, that's SERASENT. The House of Hubris, streaming here every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 2 PM British time. That is 9 AM Eastern, 6 Pacific. Other time zones are available, but you'll have to do the maths or just throw us a follow and be notified whenever I'm around. If you do miss anything, VODs are on Twitch for 8 weeks after the fact. For everything else, there's the YouTube, link down there, says VOD Archive, where you can find everything going back to the very start of the channel. There's over 3 years of content there. You know, check it out. Many games. Probably something you'll enjoy. The end. While you're there, why not subscribe? It doesn't cost you anything. It gets you hot, fresh VODs in your subscription feed every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Currently true. Yeah. If you want to support me saving the known universe, or at least the tri-state area, noticed Amanda Hartford there as well. These are people I recognise. Shock as the voice actor is a voice acting nerd. But yeah, if you want to support me saving the universe, or at least the tri-state area, financially, you can of course cheer or subscribe on Twitch. But you very much don't need to. Just turn up and hang out and be chill and be good to each other, and then everyone's having a good time. If you want to find me elsewhere, links are all down there for the socials, or it's House of Hubris pretty much anywhere. That's HOUSEOFHUBRIS. At House of Hubris on Twitter, at House of Hubris at kind.social on Masto, at houseofhubris.bsky.social on Blue Sky, where I do memes and out about the world occasionally and talk about my other projects that I've got going, which are many and varied and exciting. There's a lot of audio drama coming down the pipe. It's a good pipe. I don't know where this is going. Stop. Yeah, so check those out to keep advised of any changes and of what I'm doing next and stuff. But one way or the other, come back next time when we will be playing something else. I have a fair idea of what, but we shall just have to see. Alright. I think that's a good place to wrap it up. Once again, thanks everyone for being here through all the Shadows over Loathing. This game has ruled. It's annoying how much optional stuff I seem to have missed. But hey. You love something else? I'm aware. But apart from that... Yeah. Apart from what? I don't know. I've lost my thread entirely. Hey, this has been good. Next time will also be good, but quite different. Probably. We shall see. Stop hedging, Emma. One way or the other, thanks again for being here. Love to you all. Take care of yourselves until the next time we see each other. Which should, touch wood, be on Tuesday unless something untoward happens, which, why am I cursing it now? I'm going to shut up and go away now. Take care of yourselves out there. See you next time. Bye.